She is the first billionaire whose main source of income is writing. She authored the multi-award-winning Harry Potter series. She is one of the most renowned authors today and is said to have a net worth more than that of the Queen. Her life, though, is like a wheel. It has had its ups and downs. Born to Peter James Rowling and Anne Rowling, Joanne Rowling attended primary school in St. Michael's in Winterbourne, a secondary school in Writing School, and college at Exeter University, where she studied French and classic literature. Her downfall began in her teens when her mother became ill with multiple sclerosis. Family issues caused a rift between her and her father which remains until today. Her dreadful teenage years marked the beginning of her life's struggles. In 1990, her mother died of a terminal illness. They were incredibly close and Rowling took the death hard. It led her to seek out new opportunities elsewhere. She ended up in Portugal where she taught English as a second language to locals. There she met Jorge Arantes, who later became her husband. Their relationship was however short-lived. Soon after the birth of Jessica Isabel, their daughter, and 3 years into the marriage, their union ended in divorce. Rowling spiraled further down. She decided to go back to England to live near her sister. She didn't have any income as jobs were singular. She relied mainly on government assistance, which afforded her a small flat and barely enough money to get by. The responsibility of raising her daughter alone certainly didn't help the situation, either. She was depressed, having come from a relationship of abuse and now raising a little girl on her own with only welfare money in her pocket. Her love for English and literature was something that helped her. She began writing as early as age 6 and has never stopped. She particularly enjoyed writing children's fantasy stories and most of her works are of this nature. While on a train from Manchester to London, she conceived the idea of Harry Potter. She was consumed with the idea of a train taking a little boy to a land of fantasy where he had powers and where adventure awaited him. This is how Harry Potter was born, as were the multitude of characters, events, and places in famous books. Most of her personal experiences became sources of ideas for the books. Some characters she picked out of her roster of family, friends, and acquaintances who were given life in the magical world. After 6 years, the first installment of the best-selling series was ready to be released to the public. Unfortunately, all the publishers she sent the manuscript to turned her down. But later they were published. However, the publisher said that she should consider getting a real job as the storytelling wouldn't work. But they were proved wrong. The books were named best-selling stories in various literature charts and publishers all over the world fought for a chance to materialize Rowling's stories. At times, life will give you one failure after another, one disappointment more than you can take, or a challenge that is too much to bear. It is then you realize your true potential and build your life over it. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. J.K. Rowling.